All right, we are going to go today with our linear equations and look at going from a graph to an equation. So to write an equation in slope-intercept form when given a graph, you need to identify your slope and the y-intercept. And then when you have those two values, you're going to substitute them into your slope-intercept form or your y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to write that right here, y equals mx plus b. So here's an example. Given the following graph, write an equation in slope-intercept form to represent this relationship. So first we're going to find our y-intercept or our b value. And that is where our graph, so this line here, intersects or crosses the y-axis. So that's this point right here, y-intercept. And that value right there is from our origin, 1, 2, 3. It's 3, so I wrote b as 3. Then you're going to use rise over run to determine the slope. So you're going to want to find a point where your line crosses at where these two hash marks, your horizontal and vertical, intersect. So looking here, I've got an intersection right here, and then I have another one right here. So I go down 1, so I've got my triangle here, down 1, so -1, and then I'm going to run 1, 2, 3, 4. So my slope is -1 over 4. So I've written m equals -1/4. Then you take your m and b values and you substitute them into y equals mx plus b. So I've written my equation y equals -1/4 x plus 3. That represents this graph here. My next example, write an equation in slope-intercept form to represent the relationship. All right, so again, we're going to identify our y-intercept first, and that is where my graph intersects the y-axis, which is right here. My origin is here, and I go down 1, 2. So my b, or my y-intercept, is -2, right there. Then I need to use rise over run to find my slope. So I've drawn my triangle here. I go up 1, 2, 3. So I've got my 3 here, and I run 1, 2, 2. So 3 over 2 is my slope. And then I input them into my slope-intercept form, and I get y equals 3 over 2x minus 2. All right, now I've got a couple for you to try. So here's the first one I want you to try. Write an equation in slope-intercept form. All right, so the first things you need to do was identify your b and your m, and your b is your y-intercept. So here's my origin, and my graph intersects the y-axis right here. So that's down 1 or -1. Then I need to use rise over run to identify my slope. And I'm going to draw my triangle here. And we're going to rise 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to run 1. All right, so you may have written this as 4 over 1, but that simplifies to 4. Writing that would not have been wrong, it's just redundant. So get in the habit of not writing your fraction when your denominator is 1. I'm going to then put these into my slope-intercept form, y equals 4x minus 1. All right, the next one I want you to try. Write an equation in slope-intercept form. All right, so again, you need to identify your b and your m. All right, so you've got your graph, and it intersects the y-axis right here from the origin, that's up 2. So y-intercept is 2. And then we need to calculate our slope again, and I'm going to draw my triangle. All right, and we're going down. We've got this negative slope, so it's going to be a -2, -2, and then we run 1, 2, 3. So my slope, or my m, is -2/3. Substitute my m value and my b value into my slope-intercept form, and I have y equals -2/3. 2/3 x plus 2. All right. I hope you have a great day. Do your best. And if you have any questions, let me know.